Hey, you're welcome to another wonderful edition of the program Monday Night with Monique. Of course. In fact, tonight's edition is going to be off the hook, like somebody likes to say right here. Okay, so guys, my name is Monique. You're welcome to the show. I hope you checked out the last edition and I hope you loved it. Thank you so much for those of you who've been subscribing. Thank you to our new subscribers. Thank you to those who comment, who likes. I really appreciate you. To those of you who keep sharing my word, God bless you so much. Down to business. Yes. LGBT. Blah, 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 blah. There's so many right now. You know, what is the problem? Is it that we finally accepted these people in society? Is there anything wrong with being a lesbian, gay, transgender, and all whatnot? What do you guys think about it? We're here to trash it out on the show. Let's go welcome our guest. Monday Night with Monique. All right, you welcome back, and of course, I'm here to introduce our wonderful guest to you. Oh my goodness! Like I said, we're gonna have a bumper package. Okay, first off, on my left, yeah, his name is Mr. Kewe. I would like you to introduce yourself for us, please. Who is Kewe?
Oh, Kewe is a very
He's using his bedroom voice. Can you please tell him to speak up? Hey.
Okay, I'm Kewe. I'm the CEO of TSN Nigeria TV.
Right, and
Sydney Shocker is the name. I'm a broadcaster, actor, influencer, and every other thing that puts money in my pockets.
I like that part, money. Okay, and the lady with me right now.
Okay, my name is Matilda. I'm a programmer and a musician too. And I'm here to support LGBT.
Thank you. You see that she just concluded. Okay, now going straight to the point. We don't have much time. We need to dissect this entire thing. Yeah. And are we going to have a conclusion at the end of the day? I don't know. But this thing called LGBT and others, lesbian, gay, transgender, bisexual. What are the others again? I think there's
LGBTQ. Demisexual. We have pansexual.
Okay.
You know, we have queer. We have a whole lot. There are a whole lot.
Okay. Yes. So why these? Because I don't know. I just like to say from time immemorial, we knew about Adam and Eve. Mm-hmm. I have to go there. Man and woman. You know, so I didn't know nothing about the others. Guy, girl. At first, in Nigeria, in Africa, we frowned to it. Yeah. But right now, it has become like a norm, and nobody's actually bothered about it. You know, and that's where I come in because I'm worried. I am worried about this. I don't know what you guys have to say about it. You support the LGBT community.
Yes, I do. And I feel like, okay, them coming out and people accepting it is more like people are growing to the fact that things are changing. It's 2022 and we have love. We have freedom. Okay, it's not easy to actually come out to say you're gay, right? Then it was hard to just come out and say, okay, I'm interested in women, same sex, so I'm interested in men, and it sounded awkward. But now the world is evolving, and we have a lot of space, freedom, right to whatever you want to do, and I feel like that's why people are coming out more. Though in Nigeria, it's still very, 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 will I say, not really accepted.
You think so?
Yes, I think so, a whole lot, because you know the LGBTQ, we can't come out to protest like freely without getting hurt. We can't come out to do a lot of things without getting hurt. Transgender people, the only people that I feel like they actually accepted here is the lesbians.
And the cross-dressers.
And even the cross-dressers, you know, even the cross-dressers have problems. You go out and you're going out with your friends and they're like, it's like this guy is a man, it's like this woman is a guy, and then they start giving them that attitude, they start making them feel, to me it's more like racism. It's like I'm choosing to do something and then you're pushing me aside because of what I want to do, and I have the freedom to do what I want to do.
Okay, I'm not okay. Let me just interrupt you, Kewe. You wanted to say something. You're talking about.
You know, she says something now about you having the freedom to do what you want to do. And then where's the place of culture in this whole thing? You understand? Because I believe culture is the way of life of a people. Yeah. It's something we all agree that this is how things should be done in this community. So if you have somebody that decides to say, okay, this is how I want to do things my own way, then you shouldn't be part of that community. So the African way, we have the African way, we have the way we do things. It has to be the man, the woman. And coming up to tell us that you are not interested in this woman, man, It doesn't make sense.
Would you just say it's only the African mentality?
I'm speaking here. She's supporting the community. I'm speaking here as an African man.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't call my regalia.
Sydney, what's your take on this LGBT thing?
Well. My take is like I've always said, right? I'm neutral on this, right? I believe whatever you want to do, you have the liberty to do it. But let's not forget that there's a limit to it. Because in our country, it still carries the 14-year sentence.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I'm quoting the 1999 Constitution as amended.
That is not working.
During the times of, but it's there. When push comes to shove, that is when you know whether it's working or not.
Okay.
There are several laws we have in our constitution you think are dead, are not really working, or are like in coma until when that thing happens. Then the police tend to do their job thoroughly. They know this is for real, you know. So let's not forget that, right? I feel, these guys just want to do that. I feel you have two sets of this LGBTQ plus. It's not a plus now. The plus is the questioning. Why every other comes under the queer thing, trying to imagine or decipher, phantom where you belong, if you're a guy or you're a girl. Whereas you are seeing your organ and you're seeing your stuff like, I am a man, so I saw my dad. I look at myself and I know, man, I'm like my dad, so I'm a man. So I don't see any reason why I should start, decide or thinking, imagining what I am, right? So, it comes in that form. So you see, there are two types of them for me. The ones that I think were born with it naturally.
Born with?
Yes. There are some naturally born LGBTQ people.
How is that possible?
No, sorry.
I don't understand.
There are some naturally born LGBT people.
So what do you mean by naturally born?
They're born with it.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
It's organic.
Okay,
when
you say organic,
I'm coming. Can I land, please?
Okay.
Some people will want to use this word. I hope I'm not blaspheming here, though. Kind of a malfunction from where we come from. Okay. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to go in there, but that is how I read about it, I saw it, or I know about it. It's not malfunction.
Okay, are you saying that malfunction? Are you saying, a guy who acts like a girl, let's say from when they're little?
Absolutely, yes.
No, I think that's not true. You know what?
No, not even that.
Born with something.
Not even
you
that.
check the organ.
Not even that. Wait,
when they get back to the person, what was the organ there? What was there?
No, not even the guys that act like girls, because that might come when you are a mix. Girls as your siblings or your sisters and what have you. I'm talking about the naturally born one. I've seen guys when we're in secondary school, then primary school, then it wasn't this loud though, that were easily attracted to guys with the way they do, yes. They tend to love the company of guys. They don't want to be all around.
They must have seen it somewhere.
No, okay, I think
Can
I'm almost there. Now you have people like this that I tend to think that they were born that way because of the malfunction thing and how they were wired. Then you have the second one here, that I think learned it from the environment they were in. As at then, we're talking about boarding houses, we're talking about schools, we're talking about what have you. I think you understand. Now, I know most guys that learn theirs from boarding houses. Federal colleges in Warrior and others. No, I can mention names now.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not mentioning names of certain people.
Right.
I'm talking about institutions.
Yeah.
I know guys that line because it was an all male affair.
Okay.
Where I attended my secondary school, we had no boarding house during my time. If there was, I think there would have been. Because I've seen guys from there right now, that's one or two that are actually in this matter. I think you can. So I'm trying to decipher if that was natural or they were.
Okay.
So you learn it through these ways. Okay. You have the inborn. You have those ones that I think they actually developed it along the way. So going by this, I am like, do whatever you want to do, but you just got to keep it clean and neat. Because at the end of the day, don't try selling this as the normal narrative, like the new norm. Because it just doesn't work. And that brings to mind too what you said about the cross-dresser. I was actually coming there, but you just brought it earlier than normal. Like, that part of the culture now, the community of the LGBTQ plus, right, is calling for great concern. Because in Nigeria, the manner and way we celebrate these people, the kids out there, my child, your daughter, look up to these guys like, oh, they are doing the right thing. This is so freaking cool. Well, it's not cool. So I want to ask the question right here. Maybe somebody who's watching the show might help me answer it, right? Is there a thin line between cross-dressing and the LGBTQ community?
Okay, now I want to ask this question. Look, what we're discussing is all about the umbrella covering it is your sexual inclination.
Absolutely.
Now, the truth is this. What determines your sex? It's not your sexual organ.
Exactly.
Come in. When you are born,
What do
you
you
are born
see?
with a sexual organ. That will determine
That if you're a man or
this is
woman.
who you are, this is who you are. So I don't
Sometimes
understand.
though, some are
Okay.
born with both.
What has that
I'm
possible?
not-
I've never heard.
that.
No,
Yeah,
I've not heard of that.
yeah,
I have
yeah,
never.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
in that case,
Very, very
in that
rare.
case, the parents will not determine which
Wait
one.
till
Wait,
you feel.
wait,
So
excuse
let-
me.
so let-
Wait, sometimes, wait, some were born with
Okay.
both.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've seen
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Yes,
seen
yes,
cases.
I've seen it
I
worry.
have seen cases.
I've seen a
cases
case in
like that,
Warri,
yes.
both with that child was
That
born
one
with
is a
both,
spiritual. No,
no,
that is a
no,
spiritual.
No,
thing.
it's
Like,
not.
how is that
It is the
possible?
malfunction thing I'm talking about. I'm just trying
They're telling
to
us
be
now that
sound.
your sensory your organ is what determines not your
Wait,
sex
okay,
organ.
okay. Now let me just buttress on what he said. We're going to disagree to agree here. Definitely, we have
Yeah.
people supporting.
I
and
pray we
we have
agree at the end of the
people.
day.
I doubt.
We have people.
I
No,
doubt,
we are not
like-
because we your point. We your point because it seems like you're the one really against us right
No,
now.
I'm not really. I'm
We
not
your
against.
point. You know, we're not going to agree, but then we're going to disagree to agree. Okay, I just want to buttress what he said. There are people that are born like that. Okay, now let me explain that to you. I'm going to use myself as an example. I am a proud bisexual. Okay, and how did I become bi? Why growing up, I found myself. I didn't even know. You know, when you're growing up, you tend to like people. I didn't like guys. I just saw girls as pretty. I saw them as people that I could care for more. You
How
know,
old were you when you
I
started
think I
experiencing
was
this?
around like 9.
Okay.
And then I felt like, okay, it's not as if you just. I didn't have anybody around me who ever told me anything that.
Thank you.
Wait! You don't know where I'm going to.
Okay.
I
I was going to ask.
I didn't have
because
anybody
my-
around me who told me that. Okay, there was
This is
something
it.
called lesbianism. There was something called queer. There was something called gay. I didn't have nobody. I didn't even know what it was, but I knew that something in me did not just like guys.
That was
I
it for me.
It was just okay. I see this girl in my school, and I'm like, oh, she's very pretty. Oh, she's nice. And then I
Inborn.
started wondering why.
No, I doubt it.
everybody,
No, that's not inborn.
House was inborn.
Mine was inborn.
How was
Actually,
inborn now?
it was
Because there was
because
nobody
You had
to
nobody.
That's not-
You had nobody to that.
because wait, mine was inborn because I was growing up and normally
It's okay.
when you're having adolescence, you're meant to like be attracted to the male.
Where was
But in
family?
my own
Where was family in
adolescence-
this? Where was you and nine? Where
wait,
was family in this?
Wait. I just wait
Family.
now.
Where was family in
Family
this?
cannot be in this now.
Family cannot be
They
in
don't
this.
know what's
When
going
you
on.
were 9, when you were liking a boy, did you tell your mommy?
No,
No, nine. I don't
Let me
even know
tell
what
you,
boys
let me
were
tell you, it's
nine.
what you were exposed to. That's
No,
the reason why.
it's not-
That was what
it's
shaped
not-
your thought
That's
pattern.
it. You were exposed.
what
You
were
can't
exposed to.
tell me
That's
that.
supposed
You
to.
can't
Now,
tell me
what
Everybody was
that.
born like
I was not
a
exposed
blank
to
slate.
anything.
Absolutely.
It's what your dad tells you, your mom tells you
Wait, okay,
that
okay.
you become.
Okay, let me land.
Good.
That's why I
And
asked,
then
where was family in this?
I started growing, and then I started noticing that okay, most people are actually like I see my friends are like, okay, I like this guy, but I'm not liking this guy. I'm just feeling like every guy's my friend, every guy's just a guy. Okay, and then I see myself liking girls more. And then I start growing older, I start getting to secondary school and I start hearing things like, okay, there's something we call lesbianism, and then I start checking up and I start saying that okay, is there something wrong with me? Is there a problem with me? Is there something wrong with the way I grew up? I couldn't tell my mom actually. I couldn't tell my mom because I felt like it's not the norm. It's not going in the norm. And I felt like okay, is this something I should hate? Then I started praying because I felt like it was not you know, it's not right. It's not the way like people saw things to go. And then I'm like, what if this is the way for me? And then I started growing older and I started meeting people that are like, okay, I have these same feelings too. And they're like, I don't know how to cope with it. Then I started growing up again and then I met one boy. And then I see that okay, I kind of like this boy. Then I start getting confused and I'm like, okay, what am I? Am I an alien?
Lack of
I'm having
identity.
the two.
Beginning,
I'm
the genesis
I'm
and
having, like,
revelation of this whole thing is
between
no
this-
identity.
There's two people.
That's just what I see here.
There's two because even in the LGBT community, the B, that's the bisexuals, we are still like the will I say, the secluded people, because they're like, we should make a pic. And I'm
know,
like, I don't know how to
neither
make a
here nor
pic.
there.
I don't know how to make a pic. That's why
You can't enjoy both
you see
I'm
most
telling you.
times
You are cheating on us.
now, you see like, we see a lot of married women, and then they have, it's very rampant everywhere.
Yeah,
We see a lot of married women, and they have girlfriends. They have secret girlfriends.
Besties.
They don't even have secret sugar boys now. They have secret
Girls.
girls. You know that they are like, you know, testing out their sexualities with and stuff like that. And I feel like, why didn't they just come out to like want to know what was wrong with them? Why didn't they just come out to like want to follow what they felt? Because you cannot tell me that it's when you grew up that you started feeling these things inside of you. I feel like to me, every lady has a tendency of being a lesbian. It's in them.
It's a choice.
In them.
It's a
It's just
choice.
It's a choice for you
It's
to
a choice.
follow it, and it's a choice for you to say, okay, I don't want to.
Can I comment?
But it's there. Yeah.
Can
Sure.
I comment, right? Okay. I must say I really, really condole with you. Going through all that. No, it's true. It's true.
I like your choice.
No, it's true. I must condole with you going through all that because I didn't go through that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we
Now
exposed
you went
to-
through all of that. From the get-go, I knew who the heck I was. I was a dude. I knew where I fitted in. But you had to like, you know, imagine, choose and
For
all of
yourself,
that.
find
so
out
that
something
is why
yourself.
I think the introduction
Yeah.
of sex education
Important.
as early enough as
Early
primary
enough,
school
yes.
is key here. And this has been the discourse for like ever. I mean, we say this on TV, on radio, like every now and then, and people tend to shy away from it because of religious backgrounds,
Yes.
cultural backgrounds, and all of that. But I think it's good because if we had one, she would have been able, as early enough at age 9, to
tell
know
who
where she
she-
fit in.
yeah.
Because you could imagine what she was going through as a little girl.
Yeah.
And that is when they get taken advantage of.
Of course.
At the end of the
course.
day.
Whatever they see, they just take it
Yeah,
upon themselves.
but if we have the sex education being treated in a subtle manner, where the kids get to understand grade by grade and they get to know, well, that is why today you see over there in the civilized world, which I'm not thinking is still okay though, but that is what it is. A child of that age will tell you, Mommy, Dad, I'm queer.
I'm gay. I'm
gay.
Yeah.
I'm gay.
Yes.
I think it's sad because he or she has been taught. No thanks to the fact that it's being infused into cartoons now.
Of course.
Kid,
Yes,
of course.
kiddies content and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So they see all of so they know at that young age, they are well abreast of who they are and what they are. So that was why I said I condole with her. And I think this should be a discourse. And this should be a narrative. We should shy away from the whole, religious, blah, 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 and get our people on point. Because if we don't, at the end of the day, my dear, I tell you, Nigeria is still a young country. Before we hit that 100 years or so, we'll have lots of cycles.
Yes, we'll have people
Bro,
saying,
me-
you know
I'm
what, I
telling
think
you.
I want to be a dog.
See,
I like it.
our
Yeah, I
time
don't
is
wanna-
saying-
Are you aware that
You know.
we should look at this thing from this angle? This issue of LGBT and all is a grand plan. I don't know, sound religious, but I think it is a plan that the devil want to use to destroy the family.
No, you are
I'm
going.
coming. I'm
you
not.
are-
No, I'm not saying. I'm
You are
not
going
saying.
big.
I'm coming.
You are.
No,
Let's
I'm
wait,
going
let's
biblical
hear
now.
No, I'm not
what he
saying-
has to
no, and
say.
you know what?
Let's
Yeah.
hear what he has to say first.
I'm just
I-
looking at
I-
the possibility. You know, we are going to fight on set.
I'm planning.
Me and her don't agree with you on that
Yeah,
one.
I don't
yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah,
I don't
at
like-
all.
It's a situation
I don't
where-
agree with
Okay,
you.
let him
I'm
get done.
talking
Let's
situation
hear
where
something.
You want to have a family. Two guys want to have a family together and give birth to a child. We all know the normal process of you having a child. You know the process of your parents use to give birth to you.
Very well.
So what's the possibility of two guys coming together and produce a child that would? There's nothing. You can't build a family from this
Hypocrisy now.
Okay, sorry. I
You
want to
can't
say
get a
something. Can I
family
say
from this.
something?
And once I'm coming, and once
Okay.
you can, and once the family unit is destroyed, the society is destroyed.
It's destroyed. Now, let me. I want
So
to.
that's exactly what the game plan is for us not to have a society that can call out.
Yeah.
Well, if you go through the biblical angle, maybe you are right. But virtue my training, right? I don't want to attach my facts or truths to any religious or whatever background.
Okay, hold
So
on. So
am
can I say
neutral.
something? Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to get back to what you said. Now, I don't want to go biblical or spiritual about this, but let's be real.
But I feel like you're going to go big.
Can I just-
And I will not.
No problem. I'm not saying.
Anything
No, hold on.
bringing-
I'm not saying you should
no.
accept
No,
what
don't
I'm going
bring
to
it on,
say.
just tackle it.
I'm not saying you should accept it, but
Okay.
everybody has right to their opinion, right? Now,
Okay.
going back to what you said at 9,
Yes.
you were growing up and you realized that you liked this thing. But later you realized that you could tell by yourself that this is not what everybody's doing.
you could tell that no, there's something wrong with you, and you started praying about it. But you still left yourself. You went hungry because you know why? There was no guide. Hold on, I'm headed somewhere. Can I just finish, please? I'm just talking about from my own perspective.
About from your angle,
exactly.
Your
you mustn't accept it. Now, you realized there was something wrong somewhere. You started praying about it because you saw it in the environment that it's different. It's different from what I'm doing. Everybody's man and woman, so this is different. But why am I different? Do I have a problem? That was it. And because you didn't have a guide, from my perspective, you didn't have anybody to show you an identity to say, you know what, you are a girl, you are a guy, or maybe you are bi. Because there was nobody to talk to, I don't know where family was in this. You went along with what you were used to in your body. You went along with, you grew up with what you were used to.
Let me tell you something.
And you had a choice, but it
Mommy keep talking about family. You should not want to.
No, I'm not from family.
Family never family.
Wait. Now, y'all talking about me.
No, not about you. I'm talking about the
community.
Not about you. About what you told me.
Wait, let me answer what you're saying.
Okay.
And I'm going to also say what he said.
All right.
You bring in family to a lot of things. We all grew up without telling our family.
They don't know nothing about us.
I don't know for you, but I know a lot of people. Before you told your dad you like this girl, it took you years. Before you told your mom that,
like that
you imagine you couldn't actually have that conversation to speak with them, talk more of, okay, fine. I knew that because the norm and what I grew up with, or what I was seeing around me, was that the girl and the boy are meant to like each other, but I'm not liking the boy. And I felt like because of that, it's like everybody is drinking Che Exotic. And then all of a sudden I'm just liking vodka. Why am I liking vodka when everybody's drinking Che Exotic? Is there something wrong with me? Because it's going to make me look secluded. And I'm growing up and I don't know what that is. It's, to me right now, I feel like it's something that I should have even embraced more. Because honestly, it was part of me. It's something I couldn't remove. It's like me. I grew up with it. I developed feelings into it. It didn't just come out and just say, okay,
this is what you want.
This is what I want. Or this is it. I'm telling you, it's like I'm growing up, and I'm growing up to have breasts. And I'm like, oh, okay, am I meant to? So I'm growing up inside of it. Not like I'm growing up to just say, okay, I want this. I didn't know. I was growing.
I don't judge you. I don't judge you for it. I don't judge you for it.
Martina, you know what?
What? Because I
I'm
really...
All I'm saying, apart from family, all I'm saying is there was no guide. There was no guide.
The society creates crime. People commit crime.
Okay.
What happened was that she started having this feeling. She saw it as a problem. The reason why she continued is because the society gave that thing a name. They validated that
the reason why I continued. The reason why we're going to fight. Because the reason why I continued is because...
No, because you are neutral, you agree with what she's saying.
Do you understand? I couldn't wait. I continued because I couldn't stop it, and I couldn't.
It's already in there.
It's already in
there.
I couldn't say okay.
Habits die hard. Like
they can die.
They can die, but the thing is, she grew up with it.
Now this one is not like an habit. It's not habit. Is something you're growing up. I like to trim my nails. They've told me, okay, trimming your nails is bad.
I do too.
And then I can't stop it because I started doing it.
So you
but then this one, okay, now I did. It's an habit. You learn how to stop it. Now I don't trim my nails like that anymore. But this is not an habit.
It's a choice.
This is not a choice.
You grew up with it.
This is inbuilt. That's what I'll call it.
Just the way
because I didn't know. Okay, now and
the thing is, we're not here to change her. We're here to let people know that to change the roots of this thing, to show to people that we already have.
I think we're spending too much time discussing a mind case.
Thank you.
Go and discuss gay.
The deep one. So let's go, bro.
No.
What's
Wait.
Gay and lesbian. It's the same thing.
See,
one man. No, as long as you're doing both.
Wait. Anytime I've said this is hypocrisy.
Okay.
You can't tell me that you're cool with the lesbians, you're cool with
I'm not cool with
bisexuals. I know you're not cool with any, but then at least. And you know, I have a partner here that will support me. You are just. I will still bust.
He's on his no.
Because you can't tell me that a lot of people. To me, it's hypocrisy. It's damn ass hypocrisy. Okay, you can't tell me that you fancy the lesbians, you fancy the bisexuals, and then
are we back
you have a problem with you have a problem with the gay people. You can't tell me that. It's not nice. Okay, a lot of people, we have thousands of people. I've met a lot of men, a lot of girls, a lot of men, and they're like, okay, I like lesbians, I like to have threesomes, it's nicer for me. And when you're talking about the gay people, they're like, ew, those disgusting people. Why are you calling them disgusting?
It's the same thing.
It's a decision.
It's the same
also
thing to me.
it's freedom. It's their life. It's what they chose to do. It's like me telling you my own story, and to some of them, you don't know what they had to go through to fight that.
Matilda, let me interrupt you. Your case is totally different from an adult's case who says, I choose to be gay, I choose to be lesbian.
An adult cannot just say he wants to be gay. He grew up knowing he cannot
not
just tell me that,
everybody.
okay, I'm 25 years old, I'm 30 years old, and
You
I just
grew
want to be a
up.
lesbian.
You said from 9 you noticed
Okay.
this. You grew up with it. There's some people who grew up knowing that it's man and woman. And while they were teenagers or youth or anything, they started dating, the opposite sex. But because of the circumstances of life, something happened to them. They were like, you know what, I'm done. I want to choose the other side. That's why I said your case is different from another person who said, you know what, this is what I want.
We even have the cases where the girl will tell you that guys don't satisfy me well.
I want to try.
Several
Exactly.
cases.
So
Several
yours
cases.
is totally
for
different.
that one,
Yes.
I feel like that's I don't know, pardon my language, but that's sexuality, and everybody's free to try whatever they want to try.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah,
Sexually,
yeah.
sex is exploring so many things,
Yeah.
and a lot of people want to try so many things.
Yeah.
So if I say that, okay, I'm tired of this particular pattern, and I want to try something, it's like changing styles in sex. I want to try something different because I'm bored of this. I don't think there's anything wrong
One
with
thing
that.
Who came up with
know
that
too.
idea that
I think-
sex is, you can explore anything and everything? Who
Why
came up with
do
that?
we have different
That's
styles?
what it is, though.
That's what it is. If
That's
not,
what it
then
is.
everybody
You have
just
to criticize
doing
it.
Why are you
one.
criticizing the dog thing?
Oh, good. If that's what it is, then why
People
you
who
fronting
are
it?
criticizing, I'm on that dog thing. I don't have anything to say.
That
Because
doesn't
let's
make
not be our
sense.
same.
It doesn't-
Because it's the same thing on the
Why?
table here.
People are saying,
Because
me, I'm not going to say
It's trying different
anything.
style now. It's
No,
sex now.
it's
I'm not going to say anything.
That's
That
talk
is
to
to
guy.
them.
Talk to me.
Yes, now.
No,
It's the
that's
same
it now.
thing. It's
I
the
don't
same
support
thing as
hostility.
good.
Anytime, anyway.
That hostility thing is the
Yeah.
same thing as a guy and a guy and a girl and a girl.
Yes.
No.
That's it
no,
for me.
not really.
No,
Not
that's
really.
why we do
That's
not
what
have...
made the person
wait,
happy.
So, wait.
Exactly, that's what made the person happy.
We're talking about happiness
See,
here.
Because we
we
wanted to
have
explore.
wait.
Shabi just wanted to explore
Yes,
now.
We have LGBTQ plus. We did not have hostility in our plus.
But it's the same thing we're
So
talking
please, when you
about.
guys are
Talking
talking
about
about
happiness,
I don't
happiness,
judge.
exploring.
No, because
I don't judge people
because
who
you-
do
No, I'm not
that.
what these guys
judging
are
them.
saying
But
is
then,
that
because whatever
we
they
want,
want to
we, it's our right. We want freedom. We want to
If
be
you remember,
happy.
Kewe-
But these guys, they
Kewe-
want to be happy.
Kewe,
That's
if-
what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
If you
So why we frown
recall-
into it?
Okay.
If you recall, when I was making my own first statement, I said yes, it is everyone is at liberty to do whatever makes him or her
Yes.
happy, but there's a limit.
Okay.
And I still go with the Nigerian Constitution because wherever you have group of persons at a certain geographical location, there is a law that governs them on how to stay
Yeah.
and cohabit together.
Yeah.
And bestiality is still frowned at in our constitution. So there is a
What about
limit.
lesbianism?
Lesbianism
know.
is.
So
Is.
so
This
They're
whole
all the
LGBT
same.
They're all
thing
the
is
same.
just
They're
a
all the
Nigerian
same.
thing, yeah.
No,
But for crying out
I'm
loud,
saying,
I'm going to be
they
like,
did not put
but
facility in LGBTQ plus, so it is not there. Or there's not another B.
good, let us
The
go in
B
line.
there is
Let us go in line.
bisexuality.
We are
Finish.
talking about LGBTQ
So-
plus as the case may be. Now there was another area I wanted to bring to the fore,
We
and that is
need to
hype.
wrap things up though, but let's.
And that is hype.
Yeah.
Hype. You know, hype does a whole lot of unimaginable things to people. When I keep hearing all the time, oh, Monique is fine, Monique is fine, Monique is fine. It sits in here subconsciously. Maybe one way or the other, I want to check it out, how beautiful she is. So the hype about LGBTQ or what have you is so has been so huge for the past like 20 years or so, if I'm not mistaken, that some people who are straight, they're not inborn, or they didn't learn it from the cradle, as a result of this hype, might just want to try things out. You get what I
Just
mean?
wanna explore.
I just
Yeah,
want to
just wanna
explore,
explore
yes.
crazy
And
things.
why they
Okay.
do that, they might unfortunately
So I like
end
this
up
guy.
sticking in there. No, I'm being factual.
like
No, so in
I'm not a
conclusion,
fan. I
in
said it.
conclusion,
I say
conclusion of the
really
we need to
is,
wrap things up, and that's why we want you guys to just continue this conversation on the comment section. We cannot come to an agreement in this thing because you know why? You grew up with this, and we're not here to judge you.
Okay.
You are natural about this.
I'm just
It's not neutral.
I'm neutral. I'm on the
It's not
fence.
neutral.
How?
That's
not
Cameron, that is the
I'm not accomplice.
So for me,
Everybody knows me. I'm a straight guy.
I just feel
I'm just being neutral.
I just feel that this is not how it's supposed to be, because from time immemorial it was man, woman. That's how God created it. As much as we are saying that we should not go back to the Bible, still at the end of the day, everything is spiritual. That's it.
But can we ask
You
at
know,
what point
but-
in time did this whole narrative come to the fore? Because even the Bible is there. In the days of yore, epic days,
Yes.
way back in the 14th century,
Yes.
way back in the 4 AD before Christ,
Because
you
the
were
devil
having
is all out to
All
corrupt
about-
whatsoever
yeah.
God has created.
One
From the
thing,
biblical angle.
I just want to say
Not-
one
not
thing, and
biblical
then I
angle.
think that's all. First of all, the LGBTQ is not just it's different. It's their whole lot. We have asexual people who don't people
Yeah,
have
they
they
are-
don't
they are not here nor there.
they are not here nor there. They
Yeah.
don't have sex with anybody.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about asexual people? I choose to
And
celebrate.
we have them a lot around.
And we have a lot of asexual people,
Yeah.
but we don't talk about them. We don't talk about pansexuals. We don't talk about demisexuals. We don't talk about so many of them.
There's
but you
so
know,
many.
there are so many.
But
And then you know the thing is
what?
that there are so many, and they are us. Like there are some people that they prefer to touch themselves.
Oh yes.
But and they feel like
Self-love
okay,
themselves.
they don't like it when other people are touching them. It's awkward, and we see them as okay, that's normal. Why don't we say okay, that's
It's not
normal?
normal.
It's not
The other
normal.
people-
That is
It's
medical
normal.
issue.
It's not normal.
It is not medical.
Serious
issue.
Medical issue.
Yes.
On that
So,
one, that's medical issue.
and when it comes to that, I feel like okay, everybody has freedom to do whatever they want to do. Everybody has freedom to drink, to smoke, to do whatever you want to do. To be bisexual, to be asexual, to be lesbian, to be straight. I don't have any problem with anybody in this
Yeah.
world, apart from. And I'm not gonna say it, but then I don't have any
Say
problem.
it,
with
come on, spit it out,
I don't
man.
have any problem with anybody.
No
in this
holds
world.
barred.
Say it.
I want
I think
to.
the show is
I
no
want
holds
to.
barred.
I want to wrap it up. I don't have any problem with anybody in this world, and you know, everybody has freedom. It took the LGBTQ a long time to have this stance. You know, it took us a very, very long time. I remember in 1974, I was not born then. But then I remember because I did a lot of research, and then I remember, you know, we're trying to fight against the AIDS because, you know, truth be told, it's easier to catch.
Can I
AIDS
come in
with
here?
the gay.
Can I
I just
We need
want
to wrap
to
up.
finish.
No,
We need to
let
wrap up.
me
It's
just
easier. I just want
no,
to-
let me
I
just come
just
here. No, so that we just because there might be people who are not really aware, like
Okay.
us, watching this show. Mind you, when you say it has taken you guys quite a while
Long
to
time.
fight together, mind you, they don't have a stance here.
They don't fight.
I want you to just chip
They
that
don't
in
have-
here.
they don't have a
because you are
stance
talking about
here.
the Western world.
They
where
don't
the
have
Yeah,
same
this
thing.
is
And
Africa.
But right here,
we're
it's not
still-
legal,
We're still trying to, you know, pave a way for our own selves here so that we can just breathe. Honestly, everybody just wants to breathe. Like I just want to see you doing your own thing and support you. I don't want to have issues with you, man. Okay, so
Okay.
it took us it took us a lot of time, and then it's not easy. It's not easy. You just judging a person. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I might say you, but I'm not saying you. You know, it's not easy. You just judging
Oh my
a person who actually, you know, taking time to come out and have that decision that I want to finally come out and just be myself. It's not easy to say I just want to be myself. I want to be myself. I want people to know that okay, I am straight. I want people to know that okay, I like this. I
This is
like
what
that.
I
It's not easy.
All right. So okay.
So-
you said a lot. You said a lot.
Molly,
I think
please,
Karen has to
please,
say
can-
something because you guys.
no, let me
Karen
just
wants
wrap
to
up, right?
say something again,
Like
so
I
let's so that
said,
we can wrap up,
I said,
you know?
right? Once again, I condole with you for all you've passed through. I know you've been through and still going through. And right here, I condole with you as well because Monique, for a second, let's us stop being, you know, homophobic, right? And together wish her happy Pride Day. This is June. So right here, I am saying,
bitches, that's what
Can
I'm
we do this
telling
in
y'all.
unison,
That's what
please?
I'm
No,
telling you.
I'm sorry. I don't
Come
support
on.
it.
Okay, I know.
all right. Anyway, from me,
I
Jerry,
don't support
happy
it.
Pride Day.
Wait, he has
Let me get a
to.
hug.
He has
Happy
to.
Pride
He
Day
wants to
you.
say
Yeah.
something.
Please.
Wait, he has
I know-
to say something
I know
about it.
you can, in as much as I don't like what these guys are doing, because I know it's not right for them.
Yeah.
health-wise.
You are being homophobic.
Wait,
No,
wait,
I'm
let
not,
him just
I'm sorry.
finish. Let
I
him
know
just
you
finish.
can't-
This guy don't just like.
you can't-
Let
you
him
can't
finish.
judge-
He don't just like.
No, you
Wait,
can't-
wait, guys,
You can't
let's
judge
just-
people
yeah.
to life change. You can only
Right.
love them to life change.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
And I know someday they will come to self-realization.
Self-realization,
To know
yeah.
that this is not who they are
Yeah,
meant to be.
yeah, thank you.
I can't wait for that day. Like you
Okay.
said, you are praying in the beginning, you stop.
You,
I'm praying
yes,
for you now.
because thank you so much for being a part of the show. We need to wrap up, but you know what?
Yep.
If I have to conclude on my own part, like she said at the very beginning, she knew something was not it. Like there was something wrong somewhere, but she decided to continue what she's used to. Let's not judge her. Let's not judge anybody. When you see these people, LGBT and all them, love them, appreciate them.
Yes.
You know, but that does not make it right. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that what they're doing is right. I just see these people as people who don't have an identity. They don't know who they really are. Because if they had someone from the very beginning to give them a guide
People are
of
going to attack you in the
who
comment section.
it's their business. That's why I need it to
All
see.
the LGBT
It's my
plus
opinion.
people.
It's my opinion.
Because you
I feel you guys
said
are
that.
broken. I feel you guys are broken. So because you guys are broken, there's a vacuum somewhere.
Yes.
Yes.
Like we're broken.
I feel you guys are broken because there's a vacuum somewhere. There's
Okay,
nothing to fill it. You
okay.
definitely look for something to fill
We're
up the
going to join hands
space.
in prayer to pray for them.
We need
Oh
to.
my God. Now they're
I
very
love you
difficult.
guys.
They're very
I love you
difficult.
guys.
I stand against that.
Thank you
I'm
so
not down with
much.
that, man.
Thank you. Please comment on the comments. The comment section is there. What do you think
You
about
guys should state
LGBT?
your mind, what
I
you
love you.
think,
I
you
love
know.
you. But what you're doing is not good. It's bad. It's man and woman, Adam and Eve. Hello. I'm out of here. Thank you. Monday Night with Monique.